Hi, boys and girls. It is Friday, December 18th. Hey, last day before vacation. I bet you can't wait. Well, today we're going to do 3 word problems as always. And remember that number 1 always gets glued in your math notebook, and then 2 and 3 you can correct and just keep those. Today, after you finish this word problem, I would like you to glue it onto page 19 in your math journal. Got that? So we're going to do number 1 together. If you want, you can do 2 and 3 on your own, then come back, or just listen to me through the tape. But number 1 gets glued onto page 19. The problems I'm going to be talking about today are all involving time. I know you've been exposed to that in the earlier grades, but I thought we would just do, hopefully this is just sort of a review, but I'm going to find out. So let's read the problem. This is about Kylie. Boy, this girl's brave. Whether you find out why. Kylie is excited to go to Hawaii because she can't wait to swim in the tiger shark petting pool. One mistake, sorry. If Kylie arrives at the airport at 6:12 p.m. and her plane takes off at 1:17 a.m., how many hours and minutes will she spend at the airport before her plane takes off for Hawaii? So let's just write the question first. How many hours will she spend at the airport? We'll just shorten a little bit. Oops, that should be one word, sorry. Okay, how many hours will she spend at the airport? Okay, well, data, what do we know? Arrives 6:12 p.m. Plane, or just say we'll just say departs. Departs 1:17 a.m. Now work, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. I'm only going to show you a couple because I don't know about you, but when I see too much, it confuses me. So I'll show you just a simple subtraction way to do it. You have to remember we're not using base 10 though. It's 60 minutes per hour. So when we borrow, it gets a little more complicated. That's just one way. So I'm going to show you that first. So let's start with this. Let's see. First of all, I want to find out how much time passes from 6:12 till midnight. Okay, that's what I'm going to do first. So I would go 6:12, and then I'm going to subtract, I'm going to subtract 12, because, 12 midnight, and subtract 6:12. Well, so here's the tricky part. So if I do it this way, I'm going to cross off the 2. I'm going to borrow an hour, right? And this is going to be 60 minutes. See how that works? And now I'm going to subtract. So let's see, 6, I'm going to borrow it, 5. 10 minus 2 is 8, 5 minus 1 is 4, 11 minus 6 is 5. So she spent 5 hours and 48 minutes before midnight waiting for the plane. Now it's easy after that because after midnight you can just add the hours, right? So let's add 1:17. Okay, here we go. 8 plus 7 is 15, 4, 5, 6, and then 5, 1 is 6. So 6 hours, 65 minutes. Now I want to convert that, so I'm going to say it's 7 hours and 5 minutes, because 60 minutes per hour, right? So that's one way to look at it. Another way that I will do this, I hope you can follow this. I'll look at the 6:12 p.m. and I'll say, okay, wait a minute. How many minutes is it to 7 o'clock? Well, I hope you realize it would be 48, right? So I'd say 48 minutes to 7 p.m. And now I just have to figure out how many hours go from 7 to 12. So from 7 to 12, 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. equals Would that be AM? I don't know, but we'll just say to 12, and that would be 5 hours. So it's the same thing. So I'd have 5 hours and 48 minutes. And then I'm going to add in the other hour again. See, 8 and 7 is 15, 4, 5, 6, 6. 6 hours and 65 minutes, which equals 7 hours, 5 minutes. See how that works? Some people will even draw little clocks and then, show how that goes. You might have been taught that in 3rd or 4th grade. I'm not sure. Anyway, there's a couple examples of how you could handle it. Once you remember that it's 60 minutes, you can't just carry ones all the time. It'll make probably a little bit more sense to you. So answer is Kylie spent 7 hours and 5 minutes at the airport. Okay. Remember, you're going to fold this like a hamburger, glue it to page 19 of your math journal. Next problem. I kind of asked you something a little bit different way, but we'll work through this. So, by the way, if you want to do these ahead of time, not wait for me, that's fine. You can just scroll along and then look at the end for the answers. Okay, number 2 says, well, apparently Kaysen forgot to get his mandatory rabies shot before the school year started. Luckily, his mom was able to book an appointment with the new doctor in town, Dr. Bendover. Kaysen arrives at Dr. Bendover's office right on time at 1:45. He has to wait an hour before he's finally seen, and then it is another 10 minutes to get a shot. What time is it when Kaysen leaves the doctor's office? Okay, let's dissect this piece by piece. So there's the question, pretty obvious, right? What time is it? Oops. When Kaysen leaves the doctor's office. Okay. All right, data. Well, let's see. Appointment at 1:45 p.m. And let's see, he has to wait an hour. So if he waits an hour, right, plus 1, oh, wait, well, waits an hour, $10 minutes for shot. Okay, so now let's make this as painless as possible. I'm just going to look at the 1:45. Well, an hour later would be 2:45, right? 1:45 plus 1 equals 2:45. And then you can just add the 10, right? Plus 10 minutes. So that would be 2:55, right? Because it asks, what time is it, not how long. So your answer would be Kaysen leaves the doctor's office at 2:55. I hope you guys still realize I have a sense of humor. You don't really have to get a rabies shot to enter school, okay? So don't be asking your parents, Mom, did I get my rabies shot? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, last problem. I decided, I'm pretty sure this is something you have not seen at this point. Maybe you have, but I thought I'd introduce military time. Actually, if we did military time, life would be simpler, kind of like the metric system. Anyway, it says military time, which is a 24-hour clock instead of 2 12s, in the United States refers to a 24-hour notation for time. Not only is it used in the military, but is used in other fields such as medicine. It is also used by many other countries. The main reason for this is that it is less ambiguous when stating the time. Like I had this is funny. I had this happen one time. Before they had the subservice fixed, if you said I wanted them to show up at 12 o'clock, one of my subs got called. It was my mistake because I forgot to put AM or PM, and they told the guy he needed to show up at 12 midnight to teach, which I don't know. So yeah, so it was a big mess. Here's a simple way to be able to state military time. For AM hours up to 12 noon, you just state the number. For instance, if it was like that, you say 11 a.m. would be stated as 1100 hours. Or let's say it was 11:15, you'd say 1500 hours or something like that. After that, you just add an hour for every hour past that. For instance, if it was 2 p.m., you would just add 2 to the 12. Get it? It would be stated as 1400 hours. So, it was 8 a.m., you would just put 800 hours. 10 a.m., 1,000 hours. 3 p.m., now's when you got to add. What's 12 plus 3? Equals 1,500 hours. 7 p.m., here we go again. 7 plus 12 equals 1,900 hours, and that's it. One of your future problems, I'm going to give you a military time word problem. So I thought I'd at least introduce it here. Okay? So pretty simple. So now you won't be confused the next time you hear that. Well, that is it for now. You guys have a great Christmas break, and I will see you in a few weeks. Bye for now.